Hello, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Foster, and I am the community manager for ECOMI. I'm joined up here on stage by one of our moderators, Swampy, who has graciously agreed to help me with this event that we're putting on. Before we get started, just a couple of housekeeping things, just to make sure that everyone's aware of kind of what we're doing and what the expectations are with everything. Swampy will be taking questions from the audience throughout our Q&A, and we'll be reading them off to me. We're not going to be screening anyone's questions. We will do our best to answer as many people's questions as we can, but to make sure that we're properly setting our expectations, this is intended to be a Q&A for Season 1 rewards. So for the most part, the audience that we are looking to cater to are people who are looking to learn more about Season 1 rewards, who haven't had a chance to read the article yet, or maybe they did read the article, they don't fully understand some of the rewards, maybe they don't understand the crafting, they don't understand the bronze tickets, and they're looking to just get some questions and look to clarify. This is not a AMA for VeVe. This is not a, when this drop or when this feature or utility. We are going to be specifically focusing on all of the features that have already been announced. Now, as a byproduct of that, some people may surmise different things by the things that are said in here, but at the end of the day, we're just looking to provide information on things that have already been communicated. On that note, one of the things that you should be aware of is the VeVe app is currently down. So this is just a PSA. If you're listening back to this on the recording, it has likely already been fixed. But if you're with us live currently, the VeVe mobile app is currently down. The production team and backend are looking to get that fixed as soon as possible. But in the interim, you are still able to use the mobile web or the web app platform in order to access VeVe. So if you are running into those issues, the team is already aware of it and they are looking to fix that issue. All right, guys, let's get into it. So as you guys are likely aware, if you've joined us here in the ECOMI Discord, and actually before we get into it, a huge shout out to everyone that has joined us in the ECOMI Discord. I think we're up over 1,600 people who have joined us in the ECOMI Discord since it went live just under a month ago now. And we really appreciate everyone that has either migrated over from the VeVe Discord or has joined us who came from either the ECOMI Telegram or have just never used Discord before and wanted to check out what we were doing. This is the official ECOMI channel where we will be communicating all of the things that we will be doing with the project as features, utilities, and partnerships are announced. This will be the area that we will likely be hosting our Q&As, our AMAs, our follow-ups, and everything like that. So thank you so much for joining us here. And today we are here to discuss the VeVe Master Collector Program OMI Rewards Season 1. And guys, I have to say, to hear the word OMI Rewards in the same sentence, it's just a good feeling. It really is. Now, granted, this is obviously not the entire program. We will be working on additional utilities and features. And when they are ready to go, they will be announced. But this is the first step, and it is something that I'm very excited about. It is finally tying in that utility, the harmonious utility between OUP and MCP that people were looking for. We're finally going to have some utility in the app for the OMI token, and that starts and continues on with our Season 1. Now, if you do remember, in Season 0, we did have the ability to have your OMI on the web app in order to be in your wallet, and you would then have access to gaining bonus MCP points. I do believe that if you had up to 10 million OMI tokens, you were getting somewhere in the ballpark of 550 additional daily MCP points. And now moving into Season 1, which starts January 1st, 2024, we're going to be looking to add on top of the bonus MCP points that you will still continue to earn from having your OMI on the web wallet, and you will also earn additional perks. And those two perks that are being announced for Season 1 currently are an exclusive crafting opportunity as well as bronze MCP tickets. Now, we will get into what both of those features are, but obviously this adds on to the initial assortment, like I had indicated, of earning the bonus MCP points. So you're starting to see the theme and trend of us really looking to harmonize the MCP and OUP previous rewards and focus on giving people the opportunity to earn perks and rewards in the app for collecting and utilizing the OMI token. I am noticing, just on an aside, a couple of people commenting in the chat, is there sound? Can everyone just give me a thumbs up just to make sure that you guys can hear me? I just want to make sure. I know I was talking with Swampy, but if anyone's not hearing me, okay, great. Thank you. So that might be an issue with your specific audio. Just wanted to make sure before we got too much further. So thank you for that, guys. I appreciate that. So with Season 1 rewards starting January 1st, one of the important things to keep in mind is that you're going to want to make sure that you have your tokens in your web wallet if you are looking to participate in this season prior to the January 1st deadline. Now, there will obviously be a snapshot taken at that time in order to determine who is initially eligible, and then throughout the season will continue to be monitored. But at the same time, in order to maximize your rewards, you're going to want to make sure that you have your tokens in prior to January 1st. The recommendation is to do it up to 24 to 48 hours beforehand, just to make sure that the system is 100% sure that all of those tokens are actually on your web wallet. In order to bridge your tokens from the web into the web wallet, you're going to want to make sure that you are following the steps outlined in the ECOMI Notion portal, which I'll get Swampy to link at some point in the chat, and will also be available in the tweet that I'll be putting out afterwards. It's important to note that your tokens need to be bridged from layer 1, which is a personal wallet or exchange, to layer 2 in order to access the features. If you attempt to send your tokens from layer 1 directly to the VeVe web wallet without bridging them first, you do risk losing them. Now, we do have people on the team that can support you in looking to retrieve these, but it can cause a lot of undue stress. So you want to make sure that you're following the articles that have been put out. There's also been a video put out on the ECOMI YouTube channel that gives you a step-by-step guide of how to bridge your tokens from layer 1 to layer 2. So I'll let you guys review that. And if you have any questions, you can either comment to us on our Twitter or on the ECOMI YouTube channel. And I'll do my best to get back to everyone to make sure that you guys know how to do it. You can also tag me in the Discord at any time, and we'll be happy to give you guys a hand. So with all of that kind of housekeeping out of the way, Season 1, obviously starting January 1st and going until March 31st. Season 2 is confirmed to be starting April 1st. So we are seeing a theme here where we're looking at a 3-month season. Whether or not that will continue, I will leave it up to your imaginations. But of course, for our Season 1 rewards, we are looking at the exclusive crafting and our bronze tickets to MCP points. So the first thing that we're going to go over is the crafting. So the crafting will be done with the bronze tickets that you earn from OMI rewards. It's important to note that you can earn bronze tickets with as little as one OMI token on the web wallet. How it will be calculated will be released as the season progresses. It is a progressive model, and we want to ensure that it is properly balanced and is fair for all users to balance and allow your collecting to be as great as it can be. So we will be releasing that information as the season goes on, but it's important to note that as long as you have at least one OMI token in your wallet by January 1st, you will be eligible for bronze tickets and subsequently the rewards that they provide. So with crafting, you'll have the opportunity to redeem in an exclusive crafting event. Now, this crafting event will not take place until Season 2, and the reason for that is that you do not earn your bronze ticket allotment from Season 1 until Season 2, because it goes until the end of the season. However, when that exclusive crafting event is taking place, it's important to note that the only people that will be able to participate in this exclusive crafting event are individuals that held OMI tokens on their wallet during Season 1. It will be the only way to earn bronze tickets in the first season, and as a byproduct of that, the only way to get those crafts will be having tokens in your wallet on Season 1. So very much looking forward to that. What will be crafted will be announced as we get closer to the crafting date, but I'm very much looking forward to those exclusive crafts. It's very exciting. The second piece that you're going to get in Season 1 is bronze tickets to MCP points. Now, this is on top of the MCP points that you are already earning from having OMI in your wallet from Season 0. So if you already have OMI tokens in your wallet from Season 0, you will continue to earn those bronze ticket rewards up to a maximum of 10 million OMI. And for this season as well, the cap has been put at 10 million OMI for rewards, but up to 10 million OMI will also earn you bronze tickets. And those bronze tickets at this juncture will be used to redeem for additional MCP points. Now, I'm not going to get into the gamification or opportunities that you could have with redeeming those MCP points. I'm sure as the program rolls out further, we're going to see a lot of interesting content and information put out about it. But for now, those bronze tickets will be earned for those additional MCP points. And I'm looking forward to that as well. Now, it's important to note that since you're not getting those bronze tickets until season 2, of course, the MCP point redemption will also not be done until season 2. But once that has rolled out and in any subsequent season moving forward, as you earn those bronze tickets or those MCP points, you will be able to take advantage of those features. Once again, season 1 starting January 1st, very important to have your tokens on your web wallet by then. And maintain them on your wallet until the end of the season, which ends on March 31st, as we roll into season 2 on April 1st. With that being said, guys, that's most of what I wanted to go over for the highlights of the article. If we have questions at this point, Swampy, if you've been seeing anything in the chat that you feel like hasn't already been discussed, or if people want to start submitting their questions now as I wrap up maybe 1 or 2 additional things, you can let me know and we can go from there. Hey everyone, Foster from the future here, just reviewing the video and realizing that Swampy's audio was not included in the recording, so I will be including a written overlay to let you know what the questions were from the community, and then providing my answers as well so that you do not miss any of the content. And you will see that Swampy's audio will kick in later, but if you do notice any moments of silence, it's just because his audio was not included. Thanks, guys. Yeah, and it's important to understand that it is a progressive model. So I know someone commented in the chat, it's not 1 OMI for 1 bronze ticket, but it is a progressive model so that you are able to earn as long as you participate. And I think that was one of the features that we were really looking to emphasize when this program was being put together, was to make sure that everyone felt included and they didn't feel like it was just whales or just the higher tier people who had access to features. We really wanted people to feel like if they were utilizing OMI in the ecosystem and were using it on the platform, that they would be able to take advantage of some of these rewards as well. So as I indicated, the full balance is not being discussed in depth at this time to ensure that it's properly calibrated, because it is a progressive system, but it is exciting to know that anyone that does participate will be eligible for rewards. And that is something that was very important to us. Yeah, so that's a great question. I think to clarify and so that people understand, you're not staking in the traditional sense that you would maybe see on an exchange to earn APR or anything like that. When we generally refer to the term staking, it's locking up tokens for a specific period of time. And it's important to note that your tokens are not actually locked and you do have access to them at any time, and you can withdraw them without penalty. Now, when I say without penalty, that means you don't pay a fee or percent to take your tokens back down to layer 1. But it is important to note that if you do withdraw your tokens from layer 2 from your web wallet, you may become ineligible for season rewards or for additional allotments that are announced in any given season. So you are free to take your tokens off the platform at any time without penalty, but you may not be eligible for all the rewards that are available within a season. So tokens on layer 2 are not available to be traded on exchanges as a byproduct. They need to be bridged down to layer 1. So yes, as a byproduct, they're not available to be purchased or sold on exchanges. Removing from circulating supply, I try not to use fancy terms like that, but what I will say is if they're there, they're not somewhere else. So yeah. Yeah, so obviously the intention is to have multiple snapshots, but I would say especially for the first season, if you're looking to maximize your rewards, having as much OMI that you're willing to have on the platform as possible by that date will maximize those rewards. But if you add OMI throughout the season or you remove OMI throughout the season, it is done with averages. So, there will be a weighted average depending on how much time you hold the OMI on the web wallet, how much you hold relative to the time period. So all of those calculations have been taken into account, and they will change the amount of rewards that you earn in any given season. Yes, that's a great question. So currently, the way that we've announced the information for season 1 is that it will be an exclusive crafting event. Whether additional events take place in subsequent seasons or any of that, that will be released and determined at a later time. But currently, we are announcing an exclusive crafting event. Whether or not there will be one or more collectibles in it as well is not something that that I can confirm at this time, but it is something that I'm very, very much looking forward to, and I will graciously leave it at that for now. That's a great question. So, as I had indicated when describing bronze tickets, for season 1, the utility for bronze tickets will be to redeem for MCP points. However, the intention is to continue to build out the utility and ecosystem. And as a byproduct of that, the intention is to make bronze tickets something that will be able to be utilized for different things, right? And one of those things in our FAQ, which is important to reference, is that in the future, it's intended that bronze tickets can be acquired using OMI tokens. But the only way to earn them in season 1 is by depositing OMI into the OMI web wallet. So currently, you're earning them to redeem for MCP points, but eventually the intention is that you will be able to acquire them using OMI. And then, of course, the intention is that you'll also be able to do other things with them. And on the note of bronze tickets, it's important to note as well that bronze tickets aren't NFTs. They're an in-app item to be available for people, and that they do not actually expire. So, if season 1 comes and goes and you're not happy with the rewards that you saw in season 1, but you've already earned your bronze tickets, you can always roll those over for a subsequent season as well. At this point in time, we have not added a cap for a carryover that you can keep. So if you want to roll over your bronze tickets from season to season, because maybe you speculate that, they could be more useful to you later on, people are always welcome to do that. Yeah. And that's a great point, Swampy. I think people likely realize that this is an iterative process. And I think if people have been in the community for a while, they recognize that the intention is really to harmonize OMI on the VeVe app and provide it with that utility. So, this is what's coming for season 1. What comes in subsequent seasons, we'll obviously announce later. And I think it's important to note as well, and people may recognize this as well, just based on how the communications have been going out since I started. But, on a personal level, I think people have recognized that, you can say whatever you want. And, we're obviously here talking now, something I'm very excited about. And, but at the end of the day, until features actually come and they arrive and people are able to utilize them, it's just conjecture. It's just talk. And then once those features arrive, the goalpost gets moved and it gets moved on to the next thing, which is fine. But it's always nice to reflect on where we've come as it pertains to OMI utility. And of course, we're only in season 1 starting January 1st. Obviously, we had season 0, which started in, I believe, August. And so, moving forward, it'll be interesting to see as we progress through the seasons where that ends up and what that looks like. But this is really about building that foundation and base that we can build up from there. That's correct. Now, I will say that that's something more so on the VeVe side. So I'll allow them to make any kind of formal announcements when that information becomes available. But assuming that nothing has changed since the last announcement, the intention will be that MCP points will expire, whether, it's at the end of every season or whether it's every 6 months. But, MCP is really meant to accompany your collecting journey. And similar to the OMI features that are being added, it's meant to accompany your VeVe digital collectibles journey. So the intention is obviously to utilize and take advantage of those features. So, I imagine that there will likely be an expiry at some point that is added, but not until such a time, as you mentioned, that the features are actually live and people can actually utilize them. So for season 1, the 2 examples are the redemption for MCP points, as well as the exclusive crafting. Moving forward, the intention is to add additional utilities for them. Like I'd indicated in the article, one of those utilities is to purchase those tickets with OMI tokens. But what those features will look like as they are rolled out, the information will be available as we get closer to. And I think it's important to note, one of the reasons that we do that as well, it's not to keep the community in the dark. It's not because we don't, want people to know what we're working on. I would absolutely love to sit here and just lay out everything if I could. But at the end of the day, it's important to note that, and this kind of echoes my previous comment as well. Like, you can say whatever you want, but at the end of the day, it's about delivering. And so I think, I can say with confidence that the team is very much aware of that. They're aware that the delivery is the important thing right now. So this is meant to provide information for features that are already being rolled out or are already available. But moving forward, as additional features and utilities are rolled out, the system will become very clear to people. And I think once people start to see how all the pieces fall together, a lot of it will make more sense. But we just want to make sure that as we're rolling out a feature, we can be 100% confident that we're able to roll it out in the time frame that we provide, which is why we don't give 3 months from now we're doing X. We want to be able to say, hey, this feature is going live today, just so you know, right? And I call it the surprise and delight factor, right? Like, you don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. You want to surprise people and delight them with the progress that you're making. And so I think for me, that's the focus right now, is to make sure that we're very much narrowing the scope to the features that we're actively delivering on, to show people that when we say that we're going to do something, we are doing it, and we're doing it in the time frame that we're indicating that we're going to do it in. And then as the features start to roll out, people can see with confidence that we're both saying and doing what we're going to do. Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, no, that's a great question. So currently right now, once you earn your bronze tickets, you will be able to obviously utilize them for features in the app. And because they don't expire, the intention is that you'll be able to redeem them for features. At this time, I don't believe that the intention is to sell them. But at the same time, as we start to create the ecosystem, we'll see how things play out, and we'll see what happens. But once again, we're not earning those tickets until April. So at that point, we'll see how things are looking. But yeah, 100%. So it is a progressive model. So it's not one bronze tickets for one OMI token. There will be a difference depending on how much OMI you put onto the platform. But at the end of the day, if you've been in the community for a while, you may have seen a previous model that was released, let's say over a year ago. And, it was, you needed this exact amount of OMI to earn this exact amount of tickets and things of that. And we've kind of gone away from that, because we don't want people to feel like they are tied to specific tiers or, need to hit a certain threshold in order to do something. So what the progressive model allows us to do is really anywhere you sit on a spectrum of 1 to 10 million will grant you rewards. And we felt that was very important, because it allows people kind of at any level, wherever you are currently, you do have the ability to participate in the ecosystem and benefit from the rewards. And that was important to us. Yeah, no, it is very exciting. And I'll be honest, when it was initially, when I was learning about it for the first time, I felt the exact same way as you. I was like, you know what, this makes perfect sense. Because what happens if I only have, X amount of tokens and I need X amount more to get to the next tier, but I don't quite have that amount, but I really want this feature. Like, do I need to feel stressed or whatever? So this progressive model really allows for that flexibility, where people can kind of just live organically in the ecosystem and be able to utilize their OMI on the platform, while at the same time not feeling like they're just, suddenly out of a tier and, oh, sorry, you're not eligible for XYZ anymore. Yeah, of course. No, it's a great question. I know it's technically outside the scope, but I think it's important to address things like this as well. And, I came from the community, and, I've been in the project since April of 21. And, I understand people's frustrations when it comes to being able to access the token. I mean, accessibility is obviously a big thing when it comes to OMI. And as a byproduct of that, when you have utility, you want people to be able to access that utility. So what I will say to that is that, of course, when you have utility, you want people to be able to access that utility. So making it easier for people to access that utility is a priority. Now, how we go about achieving that priority, I'm not in a position to discuss on publicly at this time, but I will say with confidence that we are very much aware that that is a big ask in the community, and it is something that is a focal point that many people are looking for. So we're aware of it, and it will be addressed as the time comes. But once again, we now have that utility, and the access should follow. I like how everyone's asking the same question different ways to try and get me to divulge how the calculation works. No, so people much smarter and more qualified than me when it comes to arithmetic have looked over these models and have determined the systems and how they're going to come to be. So what I will say is it's not a linear scale. It's a progressive model. So I'll allow people to kind of run with that as they will. But no, it's not 50, 100, 150, 200. Like that's kind of just not super creative, and it also wouldn't account for people at the bottom end, and it wouldn't account for people at the top end. And we want to make sure that everyone feels like they can participate and be involved and be eligible for rewards. So. Yep. So the MCP bonus that you're earning from having OMI on the web wallet is not tied to you rolling over bronze tickets. They are two separate utilities that currently are redeemed for the same feature, but they are two separate entities. So as long as you continue to have OMI on the web wallet, and actually it's important to note, guys, if you're inactive on the VeVe app for a period of more than 7 days, you're actually no longer accruing bonuses. So one of the important things to note is that if you're inactive for more than 7 days, you're not actually earning the bonus MCP points. You're not earning your bronze tickets and things of that nature. You need to make sure that you're logging in at least once every 7 days. In-app activity is just, logging into the platform, checking out the feed, anything like that. And then at that point, you're eligible for rewards. If you are inactive for a period of more than 7 days, you will notice when you log back onto the platform that it will show that over the last 24 hours, you have not gotten any MCP points. Give it 24 hours after you've logged back in. You will then start to reaccrue those points. So that's the important thing to note. But if you're just looking to use the app normally and you're on regularly, as long as you roll over your bronze tickets, you'll be able to use them in a subsequent season, but you'll continue to earn those bonus MCP points for every single day that you hold OMI on the app. Yeah, so I mean, obviously referring to OMI to accessory and things like that, in subsequent seasons, as we, look at announcing additional utilities and features, we'll explore, how those different utilities unfold, how you'd be able to utilize them, how the token fits in and everything like that. But that's a little bit beyond the scope of where we're at currently in season 1. Obviously, reverting back to the intention is to add as much utility to the token as possible, because the token is married to the VeVe app, and we want people to be able to utilize all those features and benefits in the platform. So as those features roll out, we'll be announcing. And just a point, shout out to Puddin' Cheeks, who made a comment as well and brought up a good point that I apologize, guys. I misspoke about having your OMI on the app for bronze tickets rewards. You do not need to be active every 7 days in order to get your bronze ticket allocation. You'll still continue to earn that whether you're active on the VeVe app or not. But the MCP point bonus specifically is what you stop accruing after 7 days, because you don't accrue any MCP points after 7 days of inactivity. So it will not affect your bronze ticket allocation, but it will affect your bonus MCP. So thank you for that clarification, Puddin' Cheeks. Yeah, absolutely. So as the UI UX is built out on the platform, obviously showing people what they're earning and why they're earning it is obviously important. Now, whether the full extent of all the calculations behind how many points people are earning is ever released, I'm not sure at this exact date and time. But the UI UX for showing people their rewards on the platform, similarly to how you can see the MCP points that you are earning in the app currently, and you can see that in your profile section. There will also be a section where you can see how many bronze tickets you are earning and how many you have available. And then obviously if you're on the web app, you'll have the ability to also redeem them and do different things with them as well. In season 1, the rewards that have been announced are bronze tickets and crafting. Got to check the notes. No. It's a good question. And I'm very much aware that previous roadmaps were released with previous features, with different intentions. It's important for everyone to understand that's listening right now. The intention is not to scale back or provide less utility or rewards for users that are utilizing their OMI tokens on the VeVe platform. Just how we're rolling out those rewards has changed. So not to say that the things that we're looking to reward people with or make available has changed, but just how we're communicating them. So I would say stay tuned for subsequent seasons, and we'll see what we see. Yeah, so I think I understand the scope of that question. So while bronze tickets don't expire, they can only be utilized once. So once you use a bronze ticket, it is effectively, gone. It's removed from the app. You can never use it again. And if you're redeeming it for additional MCP points, and I'm not going to speculate why on a specific day you would want to redeem a certain amount of points. I think I'll allow the community to think of reasons why that might be important. But if you've redeemed those MCP points for or that bronze tickets for MCP points on a specific date, once you've utilized that ticket, the MCP points will, in theory, have an expiry whenever that information is released from VeVe. So whether that be at the end of the season or whether that be 6 months from the day that they're redeemed, or whatever the time frame is. So you'll want to make sure that if you are redeeming your bronze tickets for MCP points, that you are doing it to utilize them for that intended purpose in the app. So yeah. That's a great question. I'm honestly not sure at this point, so I'm hesitant to give an answer. I know that the intention is for the UI UX to show bronze tickets is to be available in season 1 on the app. But whether or not, you wake up each day and see how many tickets you have each day and see how it's accumulating, let me circle back. And when I get more information, I'll be happy to give a subsequent update and let you guys know. On a personal level, I think that would be really cool, right? Like, I think it would be nice to see, that you're earning, but I'm not sure if in season 1 specifically, that capability will be available. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's a good question.
In season 1 and then season 2, we should really see and be using that stuff at that point, right?
Agreed. Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah.
This is a really interesting question. I never thought of this. Will bronze ticket have mint numbers? That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's a great question. So bronze tickets specifically will not have mint numbers, and the reason that they will not have a mint number is that they're not an NFT. They're an in-app consumable item. So because they're not minted on a blockchain or anything like that, they don't have unique serial numbers or anything like that. But as other features come out, they may or may not have those. So that'll be something cool to see and stay tuned for. But bronze tickets specifically will not.
Okay. Thank you. Aloha asks, will bronze tickets be able to be purchased instead of staking OMI to get them?
Sorry, I was looking at a setting on my computer audio because I realized something was messed up. Can you repeat the question? Sorry about that.
Sure, no problem. No, you're fine. Will bronze tickets be able to be purchased instead of just like getting them through staking OMI? Can you just buy them maybe with gems or something?
Yeah, exactly. So in season 1, the only way to earn bronze tickets will be to have OMI on the platform. And as a byproduct of that also ties into the exclusive crafting event. If you could buy bronze tickets with OMI, let's say, then everyone could just buy the exclusive craft, right? So this is kind of a way to reward and give back to people that have been using their OMI and supporting the platform by having it on, by giving them the exclusive crafting. So in season 1, the only way that you'll be able to earn the bronze tickets is by having OMI on the web, on your web wallet. But moving forward, the intention is to be able to purchase bronze tickets with OMI tokens. And of course, if you're using that OMI to purchase the bronze tickets, something may inevitably happen with that OMI. But I will wait until formal information comes out on that. But the intention is very much to be able to acquire bronze tickets with OMI. Yes.
Pretty cool. A couple of people, I don't think we're recording this space. Maybe we should, I don't know if it's not being recorded, we will.
So
Look at,
I am recording it, which is the
oh,
setting
great.
that I was looking at when I said sorry I was distracted, because I don't think it was recording your audio. I think it was only recording mine. So it doesn't have any of the questions you've been asking me, but it has all of my answers. But I will look at the recording afterwards, and worst case, hopefully I see some content creators in the community and stuff. Hopefully one of them recorded it and we'll get it sorted one way or another.
Yeah, yeah, we'll definitely work that out so it's a little bit easier later for us for sure. Well, we are caught up with all of the questions that we have about season one. Um, oh, here's one. Will goes Meta. We already did go into OMI burning. Circulating supply. Basically, the burning is not the word we're using. It's if it's not in one place, it's in another place, basically. So once it gets staked,
You
you
caught on
know, it's
quickly. I
just
like that. I like that.
yes,
Yeah.
I got you, man. So if it's not on layer one, then hey, guess what? It's not there. It's on layer two. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So we appreciate those questions. Will goes Meta, thank you. Here's
We can do
okay.
we can do
So
2 more minutes of questions maybe, and then we'll wrap up if you see one or two more that you like or you think is good.
okay. Well, this one's kind of a recap. They said, not sure if this was asked already, but is there a minimum amount on the web wallet to receive bronze tickets? Also, is there any way to know how many bronze tickets we got per amount of OMI stat? Yes, we did just go through this. And you can have as little as one OMI to possibly receive
Correct.
bronze tickets prior to season one or season two beginning, which is in April 1st. So
Mm-hmm.
make sure that you have OMI in your wallet during season one. And beginning of season two, you will be eligible to possibly win rewards just for a single OMI, which is pretty crazy. And then also your other question, Heiser, was Foster was saying that that would be cool to see that during season one, the amount of bronze tickets that you're receiving. But we're not sure how fast that feature will be, or if we'll see that in season two. So it sounds like it's it's looking pretty good for season two, though. So
Yeah, like I said,
um,
it's an iterative process, and you got to build out the foundation before you can really get to where you want to be. And so I'm excited for the foundational pieces that are coming into effect. I think bronze tickets is something that, on a personal level, I've obviously been hearing about for quite a while, and I'm sure many of the community has as well. So to finally start seeing those rolling out and being able to see them get built out, and as they get more utility and features added to the whole system moving forward, it's going to be exciting. So.
great. Well, I've only seen one last question. It doesn't have to do with season one. But it's VeVe Play. I think we could, this is a good one to close out because you said VeVe Play to close out. Foster, can you tell us about how you feel about your new position thus far with ECOMI?
Yeah, that's a really great question. Thank you for asking that.
Yeah.
You know, being in the community for 2.5 years, almost, yeah, over 2.5 years before I took on this role. I feel like I've been very fortunate because I've had the opportunity to build a lot of relationships with people all over the community, and as a byproduct of that, I feel like I'm very much aware and I'm in tune with things that people are excited about, things that people are looking forward to, the hopes, the dreams, the aspirations of what people want to see out of the project, as well as a lot of the things that maybe they're not happy with and maybe they're frustrated with or don't feel like are going as well as maybe they could and would like to see go better moving forward. So I'd have to say that for me, it's been really eye-opening to join the team and have my own personal beliefs of who the team was and what I believed that they were attempting to accomplish validated. And I'm not referring to, and I want to make this very clear, I'm not referring to price, I'm not referring to OMI tokens, I'm not referring to any features. I'm referring to who they are as people. And it's been really, really awesome to get to know so many different people on the team in so many different positions, more than I ever even knew existed, and see how many great people who are passionate about the project and want to see it succeed are working tirelessly day and night to try and build it out. And I think from the outside looking in, it was always very easy to get frustrated and assume when things maybe weren't going as well as we wanted them to, that there was reasons and whatever. But at the end of the day, it's been incredibly encouraging to be surrounded by so many people who work so hard to see something that they love and are passionate about succeed. And I've always believed that, if you do something you love, you never work a day in your life. And I've really felt like they've been able to surround themselves with a core group that believes that and work day in and day out to accomplish that. So that for me has been rejuvenating in a sense. And, I think it's important and worth noting that, will I get the opportunity to take all the wins, and when we deliver on a feature or whatever the case may be, I'll probably get all the credit for it. Conversely, when things don't go well, I'll probably get all the heat. But I'm really just the voice of so many other people that have been working so hard to make this a reality for so long. And so I feel like when we win as a community, it's a win for everyone. When I get to celebrate something, it's a celebration for the whole team. It's a celebration for the whole community. When we finally get over a hurdle or surpass a hump or answer a when or whatever the case may be. So for me, it's been really awesome to see how supportive they've been of me and welcoming and really making me feel like I'm a part and I have a voice, and even just how much they're willing to reach out to me to say, hey, how do you feel about this? What are you hearing about from the community for this? Like, it's the piece that I'd like to improve personally is people don't get to see how much they actually listen to the community and take feedback, because it's not necessarily vocalized outwardly. But the amount of conversations that I'll be brought into, or I will see based on a comment that a community member makes, or a piece of feedback that's provided. And it doesn't always have to be positive, right? Like, a lot of the things that do get improved come from feedback for things that aren't going so well or things that need to be changed. So that to me has been really awesome. And I'm really, really, really looking forward to, any in-person events that happen moving forward, because it's going to be so great to be able to see the community now and celebrate. And I always made a point to really try and get out to events and celebrate with the community all the things that we were looking forward to and to be positive for. So, as things are delivered, I really look forward to celebrating with the community, and I'm really, enjoying this position. It's not something that I ever saw myself doing, 2 or 3 years ago if you had asked me, but now that I'm doing it, I truly could not see myself doing anything else. And I feel incredibly grateful. So thank you for that question. And thank you, Swampy, for agreeing to help out today and for doing a great job of getting community feedback and questions so that we could discuss them. Thank you to everyone that joined in today for this Q&A for Season 1 rewards, so that you are aware the intention moving forward will be to host these on a more regular basis as features are announced. We'll be hosting one of these for every new feature that comes out so that people can ask questions if they're not sure about everything. And, I do my best to answer all the community questions that I can and respond to everyone. So, thank you everyone for supporting the project and for supporting me and for hanging out with us today on a Friday. And until the next one, I hope you guys have a great and safe holiday. Spend time with family, hug the ones you love. And I'm very much looking forward to 2024.
All right. Thanks, Foster. Thanks, everybody. Catch you later.